I'm feeling great. I mean, I think the race is a testament to the volunteers and the people that have come together in this valley, really aligning with the vision that I've communicated, and it's exciting to watch and see.
Talk to us about that message. What have you been getting out there when you're canvassing and talking to voters?
A lot of it is just common sense solutions, and it's been a journey for about the last 3 years that we've been campaigning, and people getting to know who I am as a candidate, the issues that are important, and just the common sense issues. I'm a business owner, I'm a husband and a father, so I have kids in the public schools, and it's a lot of just how much our healthcare costs, how much food and groceries have cost, our utility prices, everything is continuing to rise uncontrollably, and talking about how we can actually solve those issues and actually deliver more meaningful solutions.
Now you're down about 1,000 votes. Do you believe you still have a path to victory?
I'm being told by many people we have a very significant path to victory. I think it's going to be a roller coaster as you see Fresno County and Tulare County's ballots drop. But I was reminded John Duarte in 2022 at this point was further behind than I am currently. So I think there's a very, very good path.
How many ballots do you believe are out there?
I think right now there's some probably 60 to 70,000 ballots still out there to be counted. And that, as we saw the numbers and the trends really develop over late last night, every time the update has come out, we continue to get closer and closer and closer. And typically, the ballots that do come in later tend to favor the Republican candidate.
And how does this campaign differ from 2 years ago?
Oh, the campaign 2 years ago, I jumped in. This is my first race ever running for public office. And so within 6 months on really a shoestring budget, we moved the needle significantly in the district. And the message that I've communicated last election is the exact same message that I'm communicating now. Going forward on my background in the military, doing nuclear power production and law enforcement as a special agent with the FBI, to a business owner and just a member of this community, the common sense solutions on how we can actually provide really new opportunities and prosperity for the Valley.
Now, you didn't get any national party support. We saw a lot of third-party spending for 2 other congressional races in this area, but not you. What do you have to say about to the NRCC and Congressional Leadership Fund and others?
That is a great question. It is a race that was looked at as an easy win. It was a race that hasn't been on people's radar. I thought they were missing it. I really feel like nationally, we constantly overlook the Central Valley and the issues that actually matter to the people in the Valley. And so where we are right now, I hope that what the voters have spoken, saying we need solutions, we need a new direction, we need new leadership, it's time to pass the torch, that resonates. And we do start getting national support, because the issues of the Central Valley are critical for the state of California and critical for this nation. And for far too long, we have not had representation that has delivered that message.
Are you concerned that a lot of the ballots that are still out, the votes that are still out, are in Fresno as opposed to Tulare down here?
No, not really. I've done a lot of work in Fresno and in Tulare County. The people that I've seen, and even at our election night watch party when we're celebrating our volunteers, we have Democrats, we have independents. I mean, we have Democrats who are publicly endorsing me in this race, in the Latino community, in the Sikh community, in the Hmong community. All across every group of the Central Valley are saying, we've had enough, we want new representation, and we see that this guy, Michael, who's running for Congress, is looking past party to solving the issues. And so for Fresno County, I fully expect that we're going to continue to trend in the race that only needs to make up a couple thousand votes.
What would it mean to flip this district?
I think flipping this district is substantial. It's going to put the entire Central Valley in play for the state. So often the Central Valley is overlooked by gubernatorial races, U.S. Senate races. It's LA and San Francisco. And our issues here are significant. We have not had immigration reform ever seriously pushed forward. our farming, our communities, our education, all of those issues just continue to be every 2 years talked about and nothing dealt with. And so if we're able to actually flip this district and kind of have a united voice, what happened there in the Central Valley? These issues now we can get resolved, especially now with the Republican president announced. How do we have some of these issues that typically aren't discussed by Republicans that I am talking about it in my campaign push forward? I think I hope to be that new torchbearer that's going to be able to shine that light on our issues here in the Valley.
Do you know where the remaining votes are coming from?
The remaining votes, it's everything that you're seeing on the reports. Fresno County and Tulare County, I think there's still, from what I last saw, probably still 40% plus of the vote out in Fresno County, and a similar number coming out from Tulare County.
And you're pretty confident they'll flip in your favor?
I'm confident that the trends typically, as what's been explained to me, I've been getting phone calls and meetings this entire morning and even, very early this morning before I went to sleep. Once a trend is established, and we saw this in almost every election, when a trend is established, it continues to kind of develop in that path. And that's what we see. I anticipate, though, it's going to be kind of a roller coaster back and forth, but when it ebbs and flows, I believe it's going to ultimately flow in our favor.
Who's the most prominent person who's reached out to you?
My wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prominent in the political world.
Okay, prominent for me is that, but in the political world, we've had multiple members of Congress here in the Valley have reached out, and some attorneys, but really, this has been a local race. This isn't a race that's been on that national radar at all. So a lot of local leaders have reached out. I mean, some labor contractors, actually some great guys in the farming community, some from the Latino Roundtable, all have come and called and asked, hey, we're excited at what we're seeing.
Do you think the election was conducted fairly, the campaign?
My campaign? Absolutely. We had an incredibly robust campaign. The amount of volunteers, active volunteers that were involved in this campaign crossed, as I said before, crossed the party line. And that's a testament, I think, to the vision and the message that we've been sharing.
Any fallout from that letter that Costa sent?
The lawsuit where he was threatening to sue me. I think after we held a press conference outside his office and explained, as a former member of the U.S. Department of Justice, that my position and the statements were all factual, that it was a waste of time, and hopefully his lawyers didn't charge him too much money for that letter.
Michael, what's the first thing that you want to focus on if you were to win this position?
The first thing that I want to focus on are the critical issues that we've talked about here in the Valley. And one is, I've talked about, I call it the light card. It's a method of how we can deal with providing legal status for the immigrants that have been here in this community for generations. And it really provides a pathway between where we sit now in immigration reform. I'm tired of seeing every 2 years talking about how we're dealing with immigration and proposals and no one ever doing it. This is a measure that you can do, really the executive branch can push forward, working with the Department of Justice, working with State Department and USCIS in establishing a legal identification for global human transit. So it's a light card, a federal identification that can provide that status. And just like we see the status that is provided right now as people are crossing the border, but this is a way that actually provides a lot more checks and verifications, and also as a service to everyone. It's something that I think people will volunteer for very eagerly just to be able to get that status. And that's one of the things that we need to work on. We need to work on the issues that have been plaguing us my entire life. It's immigration, it's water, it's opportunities and jobs. And my background in nuclear energy and sustainable fuels and a lot in the transportation space is going to be, how do we start bringing those opportunities here? How do we start reducing our cost for utilities and bringing in new opportunities and jobs? And so those are things that we're going to hit the ground on right away.
What do you think the message voters have sent in Fresno County and the nation with the re-election of President Trump?
I haven't looked specifically on how he performed in the district, but I think what you see is a resilience of a individual, his former president, who is able to come back. Survived federal convictions, assassination attempts, and then comes out to win the presidency, has been really incredible to watch, and it's something that is. Well, you can just see what happened to the Dow Jones. There is confidence in the markets. But here in the Valley, I think it's going to be interesting, especially in the district, because this is a district that in 2020, he lost by over 20 points. It's a significant win for Joe Biden in the 21st district. And so it's going to be interesting. I'd love to see what the rest of the voters say, but overall, nationally, it sounds the economy seems to be responding that very positive market signs.
Do you share his viewpoint on immigration?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The viewpoint that I have on immigration that I've talked about with the light card and with actually solving some of these issues, I don't know, and I frankly haven't been paying attention to all of his policy issues, focusing really my attention on this campaign in this district. So I hope his immigration views align with mine in this Valley's.
Have you had any conversations with your campaign of a recount if the race comes down to the wire?
Yes, oh, absolutely. So right now I'm working on making sure that we can do everything that's possible in ensuring this race is that we win. I mean, I've invested a lot of time. We have so many people that have crossed over to support this vision, and I want to make sure that I'm not quitting on them because that determination that I'm delivering now is the same determination and grit I have to show when I'm going to be in Washington, especially standing up against some issues that might not be traditional party issues. But no, we're asking for volunteers and support financially to cover the costs of that vote or recount or curing process.
There's a reported 30% turnout thus far in the race. Does that hurt you or help you?
I think I guess it all depends. It depends on that voter turnout model. If it is, and we know it is, a very likely or favorable Democrat district, having a lower voter turnout logically would be more beneficial with a higher Republican turnout. However, none of the logic really applies in this district because what we're seeing is a seat that should have been an easy win. It is the very bottom category of not even expected to be a race talked about. To have this result right now shows that people of all parties, especially the Democrats and independents, came out to vote for me and vote for my message.